It's not that I want you here.
Welcome to a study day with me. I am in the middle of exam season and oh my god, I'm exhausted. I can't take any more. These are like my final exams, because the way Bath does it is you start 5 modules in October, you're assessed on those 5 in January, and then I'll have a week break and start 5 new ones and be assessed on those 5 in May. So I'll have like equally as important exams in May, but these are like still like the final ones. Honestly, they've not been going well, and I hope that like makes people feel better in case like you're not feeling good about your uni work, because I am not feeling good about the way it's gone. 2 of my assessments were coursework and 3 were exams. I've done 2 of the exams, so I've got 1 left, which is on Wednesday, so in like 5 days or so. And yeah, I'm just like having to do so much revision literally for the whole of January. Since like the 2nd of January I've just been working like 7 AM to 11 PM every day. Yeah, it's just crazy. I have actually changed my room around, which is like the only thing keeping me going right now. It just feels so much better with the desk over there. I used to have the mirror over there and now I have the mirror here. But anyway, about the exams, basically I've not done an in-person exam in 3 years. So like the only in-person uni exams I've done are first semester of first year. That just feels like a lifetime ago. And one of the problems I've had with these exams is I completely forgot what it's like to go into an exam room under like timed conditions and the pressure and everyone around you and the silence and people like writing really fast and turning pages and drawing graphs, and it's like, oh my god, I haven't got to that bit yet. And yeah, that shook me up like crazy. I don't know what I was expecting, but I just was so nervous. Like during the first exam I was like sweating and like shaking and stuff, because I was just like, I'm just not used to it, which no one's used to it, so we're all in the same boat. It did just like throw me off so much, and that was really annoying because I feel like I would have had a better shot at the first exam if I'd have been more prepared with the conditions. So I feel like we should have had like a practice round. I mean, we did get given a mock exam, but it was just to be shown the solutions. It wasn't anything to do with like the timed environment. But luckily I was way better prepared for the second one, because I'd kind of been through the first one. The second one was like the day after the first one, and I felt so much calmer going into that one. I made sure to wear a t-shirt, not a jumper, just so I was like nice and cool. My mindset was there for the second one, but then the questions were so difficult. One of those questions, I don't think I could have done it with my notes right next to me, never mind closed book. One of them took me ages to figure out, and like all the questions have multiple parts, and for one of them I was like stuck on part A, but I knew I could get it. It was just like taking me a long time to process in my brain, and then that like used up so much time, and then I didn't have enough time to like finish that question. I moved on to the next one, and then that was really difficult, and I feel like I answered it really badly. So basically it's not gone well, but I'm trying not to worry too much because I have done 2 pieces of coursework which I feel good about, and that's 5. So like this January assessment period is only half of my, you know, final year grade. So I've still got semester 2, and I'll be way better prepared in semester 2. Now I know that I need to like start revision earlier and everything. Anyway, I'm gonna start work now. I have got all my topics kind of like allocated to different days. and this was also something that was really hard to balance, because right now it's fine because I've got one left, so I'm only focusing on that one. I had a coursework deadline on the 16th of December, so up until then I was like kind of working on that. Then I had a huge coursework deadline on the 9th of January. So over Christmas, obviously like Christmas was a huge distraction, and like I didn't probably do as much work as I wanted to. But to be honest, even if I'd worked every day over Christmas, I still feel like I would have been under a very similar constraint, because the coursework deadline on the 9th was like 4,000 words, like over 4,000 words. So it took me a really long time. It wasn't an essay of 4,000 words, but it was just like loads of different parts adding up to that amount, if that makes sense. And also maths doesn't count towards the word count, so it was like more than 4,000 because I had to like do maths working out. So that deadline took me like all of the first week of January, and like any work that I did over Christmas, it was towards that deadline as well. And then from the 9th I had like a week and a half to revise for 2 exams, because they were day after day. I was like doing half days of each, so it was like I couldn't fully focus on one thing. And then now it's kind of fine because I can just focus on this one, but it's just been such a squeeze to fit it all in. But now I just know that I need to like start everything way earlier, because it's going to be the same in semester 2. Like there just is a lot to do, and like even reading through all my notes takes like so long. Oh my god, for that first exam it was really content heavy. Like it's not so much applied maths and stuff, it's more written and like memorizing things essentially. After I'd cut down all my notes, right guys, this is after I've literally gone through all of them, like cut out everything that's too obvious or that I already know. After doing all that, my notes were 92 pages, A4 pages long. 92 pages, and I had to like remember all of that for this exam. So it was quite difficult. It is actually making me a bit worried about semester 2, because I do feel like I put in a lot of effort this semester. I was like getting up and starting my day like before 9, and most days I would stay on campus till like 6 or 7. Like I would always stay after lectures to study, and like between lectures and stuff. So like I've been doing full days of work, and that wasn't enough. So that's a bit scary, but it's okay because I am willing to put my everything into it. I think I probably have underestimated the amount of work you have to do to get like the bare minimum on this course. Like it is just very difficult and very work heavy. There's nothing I can do about that now, so I just have to try my best. But anyway, let's get started for the day. Day, I'm using the Grace Beverly productivity method planner, and I really love it. Although like, who has this many tasks in a day? Like I feel like this is quite a lot of tasks for me today. I never have like a full amount. I mean, I guess it's better to have more space than not enough space. I don't know how some people, like surely if you've got all of this full, your tasks must be like half an hour each or less. Anyway, I find it quite useful for like writing all my tasks and then like looking at them and putting them into the schedule. So yeah, this is my schedule for today. I'm obviously hoping to finish around 9, but this could change, like because the past few nights I've just been going till like 11 and then going to sleep. I've put gym on here today as a non-negotiable just because I feel like I've not got out the house enough over the last few weeks, and I've got 3 topics in mind to revise today. I'm going to do 2.5 hours per topic, and then I've also got these topics scheduled for another day, so it's not just 2.5 hours. Like I'll be doing 2.5 hours each today, but then more on other days. Feeling good about this. So what I was doing to revise is basically just writing out my notes over and over. I find handwriting makes me engage more with the words and equations, but I do type as well if it's like super long stuff. But something I've realised is that revision period just isn't long enough to even read everything, like read all of my notes. It's so much content. So this semester my plan is to revise week on week as I'm going along. just going to the gym. I just want to do a quick like 30-45 minute session to like get myself moving, and I feel like that always improves my mood and like productivity in the day, so I'm very excited.
There is a life I lead in this city, hurrying to cut my teeth. I can take what I need to get by, it doesn't make it easy. The other piece of my heart moves slow, somewhere in the great unknown. When I return from the afterglow, will you carry me like I am whole again? Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all, I had a feeling but the feeling is all gone. Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all, I had a feeling but the feeling is all gone.
I ordered a new iPad case, which is so fun because I realised I wasn't actually using the iPad keyboard case that much, especially when I take it to uni, and it does make the iPad heavier and just more bulky. So I was like, why don't I just get an alternative case that I can put on when I don't need the keyboard, and it just saves a bit of space, and obviously I love a bit of pink. Anyway, so back to how I'm revising. So what I was doing is kind of like writing everything down and then going back over the written out notes and seeing what do I already know from this content, like what is obvious to me, and then I cut that out and then I write everything again, but only the stuff I don't know. So basically my final notes were supposedly like all of the essential stuff that I need to learn and don't know. But to be honest, there just wasn't enough time to do all this. Like, it took me so long, and it made me realize that this semester I just need to like basically be rewriting my notes week on week and like revise stuff from week 1 in week 6, for example. Hi guys, I am coming to you from the future right now. It's a different day and I just thought I'd come on here and give you an update. Also, I am wearing a coat because it's very cold and I'm going out soon. I just thought I'd give an update on how the last exam went. So that was definitely the best out of the 3, so I was really glad to finish on a high. I wouldn't say I felt overly confident in it, but I definitely knew a lot of the questions compared to the other exams, and overall I do feel that that was like the most fair exam in terms of like what they asked. Like, it was difficult, but it wasn't stuff that we hadn't seen before, whereas I feel like in the previous exam there was definitely stuff in there like we had not ever practiced. In my opinion, like too much of a stretch, especially for a closed book 2-hour exam. Also, something so exciting is I got one of my coursework grades back and I'm shook. Like, I am so happy with it. So this is the one that I had to hand in on the 16th of December that I mentioned earlier in this video, I think. And I did feel good about it. Like, I felt good handing it in, but definitely not amazing or anything. I just thought, you know, I've tried my best, but I don't really know how I've done because it was an essay, and I can't remember if I've mentioned this before, but we don't write a lot of essays in economics. So when we do one, I really don't feel confident in it because we just haven't practiced it that much. So this piece of coursework was 2 maths questions with explanations and then a 2,200 word essay. And I ended up getting 72, which is so exciting as well because I've never got a first before. Like, that is my first class grade. Actually, apart from one time in second year, the macroeconomics midterm was a multiple choice quiz. It did actually count towards my final grade and I got 85 in that, but I'm gonna say that that's not counting in this context because it was a small piece of work. But this was a huge piece of work and 100% of the module, and I just can't believe I got that grade. Like, I was so shook when I saw it, and I kept having to check my candidate number because I honestly didn't believe it was my mark. And I definitely think that will be my best grade out of all of them. Like, I'm not expecting that, definitely not gonna get that in the exams, and I'm not expecting that high for my other piece of coursework. But it just goes to show you never know. Like, even if you feel a certain way about submitting something, you just never know how it's actually gone. I am still in shock that I got that, and I'm very proud of myself. Anyway, I am gonna end this video here, and I don't know when I'm getting my other results, but I'm sure I'll share them in a video if I feel happy with them. I'm not sure. I don't know, I'd like to think I will share them no matter what I get, but if I'm like feeling really bad about it, I don't know if I will. But yeah, stay tuned for that, and semester 2, let's go.